you know, with a project like this, the options are endless. I'm thinking about putting some braid down the front here to add buttons to, but I have only got it in black, which is a shame. I do have a silver piece, grey piece, but even that I don't think works well. And then I wanted to go around the whole edge in there, so it might have to be in black, which is a shame. See what I do with it. I've got this other gold lace here, which could work on the gold. I've also dug out the Guipure lace. I absolutely love this lace. It's got to be my favourite one. And I've got to get some more because this is all I've got left. So I'm thinking about either attaching it to this one here, or when I put a piece across the top here, add it to that so it dangles. Now I know this looks a bit uneven at the top, but that's not a problem because we're going to fill the pockets with die cuts and things, so that's not going to be an issue. I might cut a couple of pieces of this off. Put it around somewhere in the centre maybe. Can't go across the zip though because I've got the zip at the front. And I need another piece of lace to go around the top here. So let me get all that done. And we've got the big bow. And then I'll come back and show you where I'm up to. Okay, so here's where we're up to. As you can see, I've done a fair bit on it. So I've put the grey braid around the edging on the bottom. On the other side, I've got some glue marks. So what I'm going to do is put some applique on both sides just to cover that up. So word of warning, when you make them, watch out for glue, especially the hot glue, because it will leave marks everywhere. I've added a button here and I've slipped it in between the cardboard and the satin and glued it. Okay, I've added some rickrack in gold to the first lace frill. Added 2 pieces of the gold trim that I showed you earlier. Added another piece of the frilly lace there and gone around with some pearl dangles on a string there. And I haven't gone over the zip because obviously the zip can still open. There's nothing in there, but the zip can still open, and I've sort of closed it off with 2 buttons on the front there. Now I've got an issue with this piece here. I don't know what happened to this side. It didn't work. It didn't happen on the other side. It didn't happen on the other side, but on this side I've got too much material and I couldn't pull it to cut it off because it would have torn the boots. So I've got to find something to cover that up, and I'm not sure what yet, so leave that with me. We're nearly there. I've just got to put the applique on the bottom here, as I said, and do something with that, and then we can start adding pieces inside. I've got to add a little ribbon there for a hanger, and then that's about it. It'll be done. So yeah, let me find something to amend this problem here. and I'll come back to you. Right, so I'm going to now add the applique to the bottom part here, which is where I showed you all that glue is sitting. And then I'm going to cut the same piece from another one and then add it on the other side just so it matches. So need to lose this bit here. Just waiting for the glue gun to heat up. Yeah, it should work the other way, that way. So I've just got to lose these two. And of course, don't throw all your little leaves and things away that you cut off, because they come in handy for baubles or decoration. I mean, you could use them elsewhere on something like this. And this doesn't have to be for a Dickensian tree. You could make this for a wedding, for an 18th, for 21st, you know, an anniversary, anything you like. I just happen to be doing it for the tree because I've been making, as you know, the baubles and things for the tree as I've gone along. So I'm just kind of adding bits to it as I go. As I say, it won't probably be going up this year, unfortunately, but it will definitely go up next year. And we'll dress it together when it goes up. Go back through all the ornaments. But it does give me more time to make things, so that's good. I've got glue threads all over the camera somehow. Right, so that's this side. Now all the glue mess is covered up. So then this side, going to do the same thing. Even though there is no glue here, I still need to make it even, so I'm going to put this one on anyway. This side is the problem with the additional piece of material there, but we can fix that. Right, so I've got to make sure it's in the same kind of place. So it goes around like that. And then the leaves kind of touch here and here. So that's quite close to there. And they kind of move around now. I need to cut that because it's not moving. Better. Right, and then they move around now. So let's get this one on first. And of course, if it's hot glue you're using, once it's on, it's on. Unless you're covering it with something else, like you're layering the lace up. I mean, if you do make a mistake, you can always layer lace over it. It's not going to be seen. Don't get too stressed with it. Right, now I'm not sure what's happening with this leaf here, because that's got to kind of come round there. There's a perfect example. I could have done to put that just a little bit higher, but it's there now, so that's where it's got to stay. Okay. Do like a challenge. I haven't made one of these before, but I wanted to make one, and so thought I'll give it a go, see how it comes out. Right, there we go. The applique is on. Don't forget, we're filling the pockets here and here with Dickensian and Victorian pieces, so that's fine. We've got to put a little hanger at the back here as well. I've got to do something with this. Let me see what I can find and then I'll come back. Right, so onto this piece of extra material here. I've racked my brains. I was going to do a crisscross lace effect down the back there and put buttons either side, but I didn't want to take away from the grey here, so I'm not going to do that. And then I thought about the applique. I have got some bits left here, so I could probably cover it up with that, and I've got one for the other side, so I think we'll do that. And then that is covered. So yeah, don't be disheartened if you do something like that, because you can always cover it up with something. And I know a little bit goes under the lace there, but I don't think it shows that much, so don't think I'm going to worry about that. And you can also personalise these. You could put somebody's name on it if you wanted to. Put their favourite things in the pockets up here, or their gift. Right, that one's going on the other side, so that's not too bad, I don't feel. Now I'm starting to worry about that bit that's under there. Would a Gui Pure go under there? That'd be too much, that might be too much. I could put a little strip of lace under there to cover that up so it's double layered. I know this one's the wrong way around, but let's just have a look. Yeah, could put a second row of lace under there, so that's fine. So let's get this one on, and it's got to go down here. About there. That one's a bit closer than that one for some reason. Is it too late? Oh, I might get away with it. Hold on. Oh, it's up here. Right, it's up there. Put it in the wrong place. You know what I'm like, if it doesn't look right, it's coming back off again. Right, so that's that bit done, thank goodness. Now, I found a couple of cameos here in the buttons. Petite ones. So I'm going to cut off the back. As you do. And going to stick those just around there. I have got a box of them with different colours and gold ones and things, but I don't know where that is, so I'm just going to use the ones I found in the buttons here. Make sure she's the right way up. Put one on this side. Right, so we've got our cameos on. Right, so we haven't got much left before we start doing the filling. I think that's enough with the buttons for the minute. So I want to look at the hanger. I was going to add another piece of lace, wasn't I? Under here. Such a perfect way to use up small bits of lace, offcuts of lace. You know, anything you want to get rid of. Can use for a project like this. There we go. Now then, for the back here, so we've now got two sets of joins here. So what I'm going to do, it's probably finger burning time. Going to make a little seam between the two of them. And glue together. Don't know if you can see this. So that's one seam. And then this one here. Just going to glue straight on because I cut that a little bit shorter for some reason. There we go. You could always put a button on the back of there to cover it up, or tassel or ribbon or bow. Maybe we'll put a bow. As for that big bow, I don't think it's got anywhere to go, to be honest. Could put it up the top. Is it needed though? I'm not sure. Right. Okay, so those seams are done up. That's that. So now we've got to make the hanger at the back, which I'm just going to pinch a bit of braid off of this tassel here. You see me do this a lot with my tassels. So I'm just going to tie a knot in them. I've cut off the top bit. Just going to tie a knot in it. And that's going to go inside there as a little hanger. And of course, it doesn't have to go on the tree, you know, it could be free hanging somewhere in the room if you prefer. So that's going to get glued in there. I think I might go down this part of the join here with some braid similar to this one. So I'm not liking the way that looks at the moment. Okay, and I think we're nearly there. And then we can start adding the die cut pieces and things. Just seen a little bit of glue there, so I might have to put something on the toe, which this little bit of applique will work very well. So I'm just going to glue that on there. Oh, I've just got to wait for the glue gun to heat up again. So I'm just going to place these little leaves here and the same on the other side, and that will cover that tiny little bit of glue up that I don't like. The hanger's got to go on. There's the braid I was talking about. Glue a piece of this braid down this edge in here just to cover up those joins. And then I think we're ready to start adding die cuts and things. Right, so that's as much as I'm going to do on it, I think. What I did was go across the top with the matching gold lace that's on the centre there. And I added another button on the back next to the hanging loop. Just gone inside the scallops and followed it round as best I could, and I think that's about it for it. So now we're going to add the pieces to the pockets here. So I've got some Tim Holtz Ideology pieces out, and photos. Let's see what else I can find. So I've got these Ideology Found Relatives pieces, photographs. So I think we might add a couple of those. These are so good. Look at these. Really, really good. I don't think he's producing them anymore, which is a real shame. Okay, they're really handy to have in the stash if you come across them. So I'm going to pop that one in and a smaller one in. I'm not sure whether to glue them. I might glue them in, but the idea is to be able to pull them out and look, so I'm not sure. Got some some furniture pieces here. Don't know whether these are appropriate. Perfume bottle. Maybe the mannequin. You could pick up all sorts of bits and pieces for these type of projects. These are just chipboard stickers from Prima Marketing. So they are actually stickers, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to pop it in like that. So let's see what else I can find. Now come back. Okay, so I've loaded the pockets. I've added the bow. Now it is only a clip-on bow, so I can remove it if I change my mind. But I thought it just needed something on the bottom of the pocket there. So in this side, I've got a little bunch of silk flowers, the mannequin, photograph, two little girls, a swan, vellum piece, bigger vellum piece, and then on this side we've got young lady, tag, another young lady, vellum piece, another vellum piece, and a butterfly. Okay, so obviously, you know, you can fill it with whatever you like. As I said, you could personalise it if it's for a birthday or a anniversary or special occasion. Doesn't have to be for a Dickensian tree. These are vellum pieces. You can get these online, eBay, Amazon, wherever. I'm just putting them all back in. There we go. So that's it. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'm sure I'll make another project similar to this very soon. I want to thank you, as I do in all my videos, for your likes, for subscribing. Please subscribe if you haven't already. It means so much to me and the channel. I seem to have hit a little bit of a brick wall at the moment with subscribers. Please subscribe. There's plenty of content on there and plenty to come. I want to thank you for your comments. I love your comments. Keep those coming. I'm going to do a video coming up where I clean craft tools and recommended products for that. Okay, so I'll see you on the next one and I look forward to it. Bye.